it's Nick, and today I'm going to talk about a beat I made. I was really inspired by Final Fantasy IX. Been playing that like 7 hours in, and I was like, don't know why, but I just want to make this beat. So I think I'm going to start making like beats or ambient music or just tracks in general and talking about them like I'm doing here, and tell you how I made them and what I used to make them and stuff like that. So yeah, if you like the video, like it, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay notified. But let's get right into it. So the first thing I did when I was starting this video was pretty much looking for a key. So I was like, what's a key I've never used? Because I want to do stuff that I've never really done before. So I was like, A minor, never messed with it. Never really wrote anything in it. It's usually D, E, or F, F sharp, D sharp, stuff like that. That's the main keys I write music in. So A minor, okay, let's do it. And then I was like, BPM. So the BPM has to be odd too. So I was like, how about 90? Never really made anything in 90 BPM. 100 I have, but not 90. So I was going through this and I was thinking about sounds I used. And I was like, I hear a lot of piano in Final Fantasy IX. So I was like, let's use a piano. So I used two pianos, actually. I used a mellow upright. And then I think I used the standard gentleman inside Complete Control. And after I started using Complete Control, I was like, how about I just use Complete Control for this whole track? Like, just Complete Control. I'm just going to use this plugin. Well, it's that interface, but a bunch of plugins to make this whole beat. So I was thinking, all right, so let's get some pads or like weird effects in the background. So I was like, I know the perfect plugin for this inside of Complete Control, and it is Kinetic Toys. That plugin has some weird stuff going on. So I went through all the presets, not all of them, just a couple, and then I found one, and then I laid down a little track thingy. But before I did that, I made some chords. And I made a melody. And the chords and melody is pretty cool, actually, because the melody starts, it plays a melody, and then the chord afterwards. And it's really unique, and it sounds a little off time and a little weird, but I liked it. I was like, this sounds really good. And I didn't want the piano to sound like a piano, so I used some of my favorite effects, like ROM, Bite, Freak, and I think that's it. I might have used Dirt. I can't remember. But yeah, I used most of those effects. Oh, and Drip. I used Drip. I love that plugin. Gives it really good effects on piano sounds and the kinetic toy sound. So I figured out a melody on my launchpad and some chords, and I put those in there, and I was like, this is sounding really good. And then I was like, okay, I need the drums. The drums are like, they have to be kind of weird. They have to be interesting. They have to be kind of lo-fi, dirty, broken, stuff like that. So I was like, let's mess with Drum Lab. I've never really messed with Drum Lab. I've only like made drums from it. I've never really used the kits inside of there. They have really good kits. Like the drum kits inside of Drum Lab are really done. So I went through a couple presets until I found one. And then when I found one, I was like, wow, this sounds so interesting. So I used it, and it just gives the drums really impact impacty sound. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but yeah. And then I was listening to the beat together, and then I was like, this doesn't sound right. Let's move it to 100 BPM. And then after I moved it to 100 BPM, it started sounding better. I think 90 BPM was a little too slow, so I was like, let's just not mess with it. So the next thing I did after that was the arrangement. So the arrangement, I was like, how do I want to start this song? Do I want to start in just hot, like bam, with the drums coming into it right away? I was like, no, let's do it real soft, like glide in with the kinetic toys sound I have in there, and then we'll have the melody and the chords come in at the same time, and then the drums a little later. And then after I put the drums in there, we'll turn it back down, use a couple impact sounds for effects, and then back into the drums. And I was like, this sounds like a pretty good arrangement. Real nice and simple. So after that, I was like, I think the beat's done. To mixing and mastering. So the way I mix and master is I bounce down everything to audio. I put some stuff on my mastering chain, and then I just sit there and listen, and then I just mix stuff, pan stuff like the normal. I do it all by ear. Whatever sounds good to me, that's how I like it. And then I export it into a single wave file, and then I put it in Ozone. And I like to master my tracks in Ozone, so it's in its own waveform, and then I master it like that. That's just how I like to do it. I use a couple different techniques. I tried stuff with the EQ and stuff like that, and I was going through a couple presets with the dynamics. I found one I liked. It sounded pretty cool, so I used that preset. I had to mess with a little bit of the mid-range to turn it down. It was a little too high. But other than that, the mastering went very well. So yeah, it was fun to make, and I hope you liked this video, because I think I'm going to make more videos like this, me just explaining these beats or tracks. I'm still going to do my normal tracks that I have set already to come out, like my big trap EDM stuff. That's going to be normal. These beats right here are just going to be beats, stuff I'm inspired by. I was really inspired by Final Fantasy IX to make this, and that's what I did. I made this beat just being inspired by Final Fantasy IX. But other than that, yeah. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked the video, give me a like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay notified. Tell me what you think about this. Was a cool beat. This beat will be out, not just on this video, and you can download it for free on my SoundCloud or Audius. And you can use it in your videos or wherever you want to. Just give me credit, and thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day. See ya. Peace. Bye.